Be a good game to end up. Well, that'll end up the weekend, but it doesn't end up the football weekend. The football weekend ends up with a matchup that's kind of like the matchup with Baker going back to visit or visiting or hosting the Browns. In this case, Seahawks will be hosting the Broncos with Russell Wilson riding on in and letting it ride into Seattle. And just like I read something, it's funny how people go to another team and all of a sudden you hear quotes about them saying, there was some quote about him saying that the coach lost that Super Bowl for them with that call at the end.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't even happy with the call. So I don't know. But Russell Wilson, as my wife would say, is going in to visit the Seahawks. Seahawks are kind of like the Browns. They got well, no, I shouldn't say that. I guess I was equating the quarterbacks there because the Seahawks will be starting, what's his name?
Geno Smith, I believe, is going to be the starter.
No, yeah, Geno. And, I'm not the biggest Geno fan. But Geno versus Russell, questionable. Seahawks now, are they in a rebuild? Are they in a retool? They still have two really good receivers, really fast receivers. And the Broncos have a decent defense. They're not bad on defense. So should be a good Monday night matchup. AFC West, NFC West. Preview of that matchup that's going to be happening between those divisions throughout the season, because that's how the season got set up this year. That's going to be a primary divisional matchup. Who do you have in this situation?
Well, I must say, when they weren't sure about who the Seahawks starter should be at quarterback, Drew Lock came out, played a preseason game, played the majority of the game, was pretty good. But I think in the last game, they gave Geno his last shot. Things weren't looking good, and he came out and he was able to shine. He played really, really well. He was safe with the ball. He was on time with his passes. He seemed to have command of the offense. He proved that he really wanted the job. And I think that this is going to be a big game for him to prove or to try to win over the fans who so much loved Russell Wilson. In his mind, I'm sure he's saying, if somehow I can beat Russell Wilson in front of these Seahawk fans, in front of the 12th man, I can really win over this city. So this is going to be a big deal for Geno, a really big deal. And it's going to be a big deal for the players that feel like Russell left them behind. The DK Metcalfs, the Tyler Lockett's. The problem for the Seahawks, I think, is, number one, the defense isn't that strong. Number two, their running game is a little out of sync. I don't think they're sure about who their number one ground guy is going to be. And that could be a problem. I believe going in, they thought it was going to be Rashad Penny, but he may be injured. I don't know if you can pop something up on him real quick and find out. So if it's not Rashad Penny, then that means we got to go with either DJ Dallas or Travis Homer. Neither one of them is as solid as you would like your running back to be. You know what I mean? So, and like you said, the Broncos defense is pretty good. I'm not going to say they're great or they're a top defense, but they're pretty good. And Russell's got all kind of weapons, and he's got a running game that's waiting to explode. Javonte Williams should step up and become the number one guy now. And Melvin Gordon is still capable of getting off. So the Broncos look like the more the more complete team all around. They definitely have the better defense, and their offensive weapons are multiple. So it's almost like Russell is going to just go in here and have. I think Russell Wilson and Denver Broncos will win this game fairly handily. I can hear the boos for Gino right now. I feel bad for you, Gino. It's not going to be pretty.
Okay. All right. Well, if it's not pretty, they're not going to bring in Drew Lock.
No.
He's just going to have to endure to the end of the game and play.
Right.
It's going to have to be a goal.